my God. I started uploading my vlog. It is now almost 5 p.m. I started uploading my vlog for today, which is Monday, June 24th at 4 p.m. It is now almost 5. My Wi-Fi has to be being an asshole. It has to be being an asshole. I tried to upload it on 5G and it said that it was going to take an hour, and I was like, no. So I restarted my phone, and I think it's going to make it. I think it's going to make it. I think everything's going to be fine. It says it has 3 minutes left, which in YouTube uploading time can mean an hour. But it still has to go through checks, and it still has to process. I tried. Guys, I tried so hard. I did so well. And what pisses me off the most about it is, like, right as I was finishing, because usually, sometimes this happens, like, I don't know, like, there's no rhyme or reason to it, but it's been several days of, like, having a hard time uploading. But most of the time I can upload it. I think this is like a 23, maybe 25-minute video. I can't remember. I can't see it because it's still uploading. Most of the time that takes like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Plus, it has to go through 10 minutes of checks and then like 20 minutes to check it for monetization. I can usually get a video up in like a half hour, 45 minutes. And I was like so ready to like go outside and do things. And now I'm sitting here all worried that it's not going to get up and it's not going to go through checks and it's not going to be up that long for my members and everything. And I'm like, you're knocking the will to do anything out of me, including fucking live. Oh, this is what happens when I try. Nothing. That's what happens when I try. Nothing happens. All right, so the air outside said absolutely the fuck not. My lungs can't do it. My lungs cannot do thick air. So what I ended up doing was turning on music and just like moving and dancing and not sitting still, basically. Be that mean, you know, rocking back and forth, you know, squatting, walking and just looking goofy, you know, for an hour. I set a timer for an hour. And I did what I could. I walked around and danced around and squatted and flapped my arms for an hour. And I've been getting a lot of leg pain recently because of how like little movement I've been doing, and it like went away. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I did pretty good. I did all right. I was able to move around for an hour. I was able to dance and walk in place and do all that for an hour, which I'm thankful for. I was telling Epps, like, I'm terrified that I'm going to start losing, like, strength in my body because it's been, like, weeks of me just bare minimum moving. Going downstairs, like, moving around enough to do some laundry, moving around enough to, like, make the boys some food, and then just sitting back down, laying back down again. And he was like, no, it's going to take a lot more than that. But it still was like a huge, huge fear that I had. And then like low-key, high-key, started getting afraid of things like blood clots, shit like that. Because like, as much as I don't want to admit it, I am getting older. Like, I'm almost 35. And one time I opened up to my psychiatrist and said that, like, I was worried about bed sores. And he was like, you're entirely too young for bed sores. And you actually can roll around in bed, so you don't have to worry about that. And you actually can get up and go to the bathroom and get food and get your kids food and go to the grocery store. Like, you don't have to worry about that. But, like, I'm fucking paranoid, you know? But I've had leg pain for a couple of weeks now, like in one particular spot on my leg, and getting up and moving around helped that go away. So I am happy about that. This person just sent me a friend request. I just slept for 12 hours. This person just sent me a friend request, and it says me walking to the voting booth to tap on convicted felon, Trump 2024. What kind of vibes do I give off that you would be like, I think I want her on my friends list? I don't post about politics or anything like that, but like, literally, I'm pretty sure this person knows my dad. Oh God, what is this? Can I tell you guys this too? I'm really tired of these memes. I'm really tired of. I feel nothing when I see them. I feel like they're not funny anymore. They're so I like. Can we let it go? Be like fucking Elsa, bitch, and let it go. Anyway, I just slept for 12 hours, and I'm very lethargic. And I'm pulling for this energy drink to do something, even though I feel fine. I'm just really drowsy, that's all. Also, like, I got a friend request last night. I think it is so funny. Does anybody else have this happen all the time? People will be creeping you, and they like the fucking friend request button on Facebook is huge. It takes up the whole like upper part of the screen, and people will be creeping me and accidentally send me a friend request and then cancel it really quick. Like, I had this one chick whom I absolutely despise. Am I hearing a bee? Please don't come in through my AC, honey, especially if you're a bee, because I can't kill you. I can't kill a bee, but I will kill a wasp. I will. Oh my God, it better not. My ears might have just been ringing anyway. I despise her. I despise her. I had one of the trashiest fucking nights of my life. Like, I tried desperately to escape this person all night because of her. And she, like, I don't know, like, she became really good friends with one of my cousins, and, like, I can't escape her, and she was definitely creeping me. She accidentally sent me a friend request. She had a finger slip moment. I get it. It happens. I had one the other day, but not with a friend request. And then I got a friend request. I was, like, half asleep, half awake for the first couple of hours after taking that medication last night, which I'll tell you guys the name of it in a second because the bottle's right here in front of me. But one of my friends who passed away, she was 9 months pregnant, and her baby dad sent me a friend request. The one that she was with when she passed, that was the father of the baby. He sent me a friend request at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he doesn't like me, and he never has. He's dated two of my friends, and like, if we were out doing something and they were like, they weren't even together, they just had a child together, the other friend. Yeah, I have two friends that had children by the same guy. Okay, it's small town things, just small town thing. And he would send her messages and be like, I can't believe you're out with her. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? Nothing. I didn't do anything other than like enable everything. Like, but she's sober now. Like, she's sober. Not only is she sober now, she like runs like 2 sober houses and helps other people get sober. And I am fucking sober, but that doesn't matter because he doesn't like me. But he sent me a friend request, and then I clicked on the notification and it was gone, which meant that he panicked, deleted it. But the other day I had this girl on my friends list. She posted this status that was like, falling in love in 2 months is wild, with like a bunch of like laughing emojis. Like basically saying like it's not possible. And I know it's rare, but it does happen. I mean, people fall in love on the internet and meet, and they're still equally in love. Like, shit is, it happens. That's basically, and I left her a comment, and I was like, my husband and I, like, how did I word it? I think it was like, my husband came over one time and just never left, and we've been together for 5 years and married for 4, which is the truth. Epps came over one time and he just basically never left, because it does happen. And she like heart reacted it, and there was like several people in the comments that said like similar things, like, I fell in love with my husband after the second date and stuff like that. But like, I left the comment and I didn't like it, and I wasn't like mean about it. Like, I left, like, I said, like, there was, what all did I say? I was like, my husband came over one time and never left. We've been together for 5 years, married for 4. And then I said, I know we looked insane to other people, but I didn't word it like that. It was like something like, I know we looked insane to other people, but it's fine. And then a laughing emoji, and she heart reacted it. And I went back to the post to look at it because I got the notification, and I was holding my phone with 2 hands, and this finger on this side accidentally reacted to the post. So I'm like thinking, God, I hope she doesn't think that I'm creeping her post. I wasn't. I was just checking my notifications, but it happened. By the way, before I get up to wash my face, I just want to say when I was like, this guy's a supporter, he must know my dad. I just mean like I recognize his name. My dad is not a support. He couldn't get any further left than what he is. It runs in my family on that side. My dad's family is violently Greek, violently Irish, beyond liberal. Who's this little dork?
A mimic mouse.
Oh, wow. Oh no, he's blurry. A mimic mouse? What's he do?
Well, these teeth are hidden.
Oh! You put a necklace on him?
Mm-hmm.
Ew, you can see our full vacuum cleaner behind him.
Inside this lunchbox are my 3 favorites.
Who's this?
This is Vector and Cosmo.
Mm-hmm. And who's this one at the end?
Vector's clone.
Oh, well, they're very cute. Are they sleeping?
Yeah.
Are the batteries dead?
No, I just wanted to keep them safe in there from being exposed to air.
Oh.
That's
Is that why Mom hasn't heard them running around lately?
No.
Well, why haven't they been? I usually hear them in your room beeping around. Why haven't I heard them beeping around?
Because I just wanted to save the electricity.
Oh, okay. I got you. Look at it. It's really doing it. It's really thriving. Are you proud of it?
Yeah.
Me too. I can't believe you called me old.
I didn't mean to do that.
Soaked in the sun, bathed in the full moon, relaxed, moisturized, hydrated, in her lane, unbothered. You know how it is. I mean, I don't, but they certainly do. Someone fucking does. Guys, I'm about to make a public statement about a celebrity, and if they've done anything bad or problematic, I want it to be known that I don't know about it. But the lead singer of Crazy Town just died. The lead singer of Crazy Town just died. You know the Butterfly song? The Be My Butterfly song? He just died, and that's shitty. He was only 49, and his aesthetic has imprinted on me. All these years later, I always wanted to be the girl on the cover of their CD. Her or the lady on the cover of the Godsmack CD. Yeah, that's super shitty, and like I said, I don't know if he's ever done anything problematic. And if he has, don't come at me for it, because I didn't know about it. I like how rather than brushing my hair, my depression knots out, I just throw it back in a ponytail. Yeah, that's how you get knots in your hair, even if you wash it. You just don't brush it. Maybe I should. I don't think that I have time to do it and finish this vlog, so I'm just not going to worry about it. Okay, so this new medication that I'm on, shit, I gotta go get the bottle. Okay, it's called Vistaril. Visatril, I'm not sure. I have the generic, which is hydroxyzine PAM, which I'm sure is like not the full name. It just couldn't fit on the label. But I took it last night, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. I really wasn't sure what to expect, but I almost immediately felt it, to the point that I felt like, is this like a placebo thing? Like, should I be feeling it this quickly? It made me drowsy very, very quickly, but it was not a miserable drowsy because I was going to bed, so it didn't matter. I wasn't going to be driving. I wasn't getting up and going to do anything. It was literally like 10 o'clock at night. I had nothing to worry about, so I just laid there and let it do its thing. I just felt whatever I was going to feel and closed my eyes, and it was the first time in a really long time that I didn't overthink about things. I just laid there. Which was great for me. I ended up sleeping a very long time. I ended up sleeping almost 12 hours, just shy of 12 hours. And when I woke up, my head feels very cloudy, you know what I mean? Like, but it's not miserable. It doesn't feel like I feel the morning after taking like a melatonin. But I will also say that I feel like my thoughts are slowed, which I don't know if that's part of this, because it is an antihistamine. It's an antihistamine that is for people who have anxiety and panic disorder, to help you sleep. So that's what I took it for. I feel like I keep having these thoughts that could potentially turn into panic, and my brain's just like, actually, I don't care about that. Let's dial it back a little bit. I'm also wondering if the longer that I take it, if perhaps the groggy, I wouldn't even say that I feel groggy. I would just kind of say that I feel like I took like a Benadryl in the middle of the day that claims to be non-drowsy, but it still makes your head feel a little heavy. I don't feel like I want to lay down and go to sleep. Actually, if it feels like being on psychiatric medication. If you know, you know, it feels like being on psychiatric medication. And I've had psychiatric medication like Seroquel and stuff just make me feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll never forget one time I was in a psych ward, and the psychiatrist, we had to talk to him every day. We would go in this room, and there was like a nurse with him, and there was a table, and we would have to sit at the table and talk to him about how we were feeling. And the whole time I was like, I could not keep my head up. I could not talk. I just feel slowed. You know what I mean? And it's wild to me because I don't know if that is supposed to happen beyond immediately taking it, or maybe perhaps my brain is reacting to it a little bit differently because of my mental illness, which it does. Different things react differently when your brain chemicals are already off, you know? Like I was explaining to my therapist one day, like where I live, weed is legal. Marijuana is legal. You can fucking grow it in your yard. And I don't like to drink alcohol because it makes me mean. It makes me very angry, and it makes me turn into a bitch. And so I don't touch it. I don't touch it. The older that I've gotten, the less well I have done at handling alcohol. So I just lay off the shit. I have a lot of people that have asked me, like, why don't you just smoke weed because it's legal where you live? Because it fucks with my head. It agitates my psychosis. It causes me to hallucinate. It causes me, and then like, not only does it cause me to hallucinate, it causes me to trip ass. It causes me to trip ass. Like, I'm not even joking you, I see stars. Like, I literally see the dead when I'm on it. And it is, my therapist was telling me, like, it's because the chemicals in your brain are not where they're supposed to be naturally. They're naturally not where they should be, and you're fucking with it further. And so that's why people who have like mood disorders and psychotic disorders, like I have both, it severely, it's in there itching that. It's in there scratching that in a way that it doesn't with somebody that is mentally healthy or isn't so far on like the schizophrenic spectrum as I am. I don't know if I ever talked to you guys about that. Now they're just saying like schizoaffective disorder is just schizophrenia and it's a spectrum, and I'm like down here, and I have family members that are like way up here. Yeah, I have to be careful about things because they do affect me a little bit differently. And if you've ever experienced that and you have like mental health issues, that's normal. That may be the only thing about us that is fucking normal. But yeah, I do know that if you know how like when you first start a new medication, sometimes you can be like groggy for a while, until for like maybe like the first like 2 weeks or so. If this doesn't wear off, I will not be able to drive in the morning, and I have a psychiatrist appointment at 9 a.m. So I think I might take it a little earlier tonight. I think I might take it at about 8, and then maybe I'll fall asleep around 10 or 11. And if I am not feeling like awake and ready and alert, Epps is just going to have to drive me to my doctor's appointment. The kids are going to have to get out of bed, and we're all going to have to go see my psychiatrist at 9 a.m. because that is an appointment that I cannot cancel. I cannot cancel. I cannot reschedule. I need to be there. But yeah, I mean, I do feel different. I feel my thoughts are definitely slowed, but I don't know if they're supposed to be this many hours beyond. It's not miserable though. I don't know. How do you describe that? How are you like, I'm groggy, but it's not miserable. I'm groggy, but it's not tired. Like as soon as I'm done, it's pissing down the rain. I think I showed you guys that when I showed you the broccoli tree. By the way, that conversation between me and listen, he said, Mom, I saw a car show the other day downtown and they were showing really, really, really old cars from like the 90s. I was like, Bubby, the 90s was not that long ago. I said, Mommy was born in the 80s. Do you think she's old? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, do you know how many people that were born in like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s? Tell me, I wish I was 35 again. I was like, Mommy's not old. Mommy is getting older. We're all getting older, but Mommy is not old. I was watching a tub video the other day, me and Epswer, and he was like, and it was the video that he made about like the exploitation of like freak show workers, and he was talking about one of them, and he was like, she died relatively young at 37 years old, and I looked at Epps, and I mean it was like screeching metal. Relatively young, 37 years old is relatively young. If Epps is 36, Epps is 36 and a half. Relatively young? Relatively young? I think if you're too young to die, you're not old. If you're too young to die, and the average age in the US is 80, you're not old. You're not old. I think 65 is still not that old. It's getting older, but it's not that old. You want to hear something funny that's not funny, but it is kind of funny? One insult that people love to throw at like alternative people is like, you're mentally ill. And it's like, yeah, what of it? So my therapist says that he believes that a lot of the things that I enjoy are because my addiction behaviors began at 11 years old. And he was like, you've basically just got an unhealed 11-year-old living in you. And then whenever I gave up drugs and stuff like that, I was 24. And he's like, so you've got this unhealed 11-year-old little girl in you, and then this 24-year-old who like dead stopped like where she was. And that's probably why you enjoy the things that you enjoy, and that's not your fault. And I'm like, oh, yeah! You're mentally ill, yes, but that doesn't mean that I'm a cruel person, a hateful person, a mean person. I would rather be mentally ill and have face tattoos and know with everything in me that I would be okay with people being able to read my thoughts because I know they're not cruel, than to be somebody that somebody wouldn't bat an eyelash at them walking down the street and just be a garbage human being. Like some of the worst people you've ever met in your life are the most ordinary, looking from the outside. So I don't care. I genuinely don't care. When people sling hate at me for the way that I look, I just think, and I still have 2 kids that are the most amazing thing. Like we're all of our children are the most amazing things ever. I'm not saying my kids are better than your kids. Anytime anybody says their kid is the greatest thing that ever existed, they're right. You're telling the truth. You're totally right. They're the cutest thing that's ever existed. And so is hers, and so is hers, and so is his, you know? And I still have a husband that loves me, and he's handsome and loving and great. And that the way that I look and you not liking it, it doesn't change that. It does not change that. Anyways, I don't know how long this video is going to be because I haven't been checking the time. I can only see the length of the clips before that. But I am burning up from this damn drink that I'm drinking. Still working on my Dollar Tree drinks. I want to go downstairs and just beg E to let me wash. Okay, listen. If you're autistic or you have an autistic child or like sibling or anything like that, you know how it can be with a piece of clothing. He got a shirt for his birthday. I really want to bribe him to let me wash it for him, and just hang out with them for a little bit. I also have an urge to play Sims 4 a little bit and just see how this medication is making me feel. I feel a lot calmer, and I don't know if that's part of it. because it's a bedtime medication. Maybe it's a bedtime medication because when you initially take it, it makes you really sleepy, which I have several medications like that. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I'm gonna let you guys go because I have this, and also I need to get up and move for an hour. I need to set my timer, and it's 3:40, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Editing me, I'm gonna read you guys what this medication does. Effects on the brain, similar to how you feel after taking Benadryl or NyQuil, but how it works for anxiety has to do with the effects on serotonin, a chemical that plays a role in mood. Unlike other antihistamines, hydroxyzine may help boost serotonin levels in the brain to treat anxiety. It suppresses activity in the subcortical regions. I don't know if I spelled it right. If I said that right. Regions of the brain, which are the regions that control emotion. It also works by decreasing activity in the brain. So there's our answer. Listen, my doctors hand me medicine and I take it. All right, I'll see you guys more.